ready to play basketball here tonight. It'll be to jump center as the Bucks come out on the floor. Lister, who stands 6 feet 11, will be in there to jump center. Cummings and Pressy at the forwards. Dunleavy and Montcrief at the guards. And for the Chicago Bulls, they will have in the pivot jumping center Caldwell Jones, who is 7 feet tall, surrounded by Woolridge, Johnson, Whatley, and Jordan. So we're ready to play basketball here in the first quarter of play. The Bulls going right to left, and the Bucks have the tip, and they will advance it from there. We are underway here from the Chicago Stadium as the Bucks have the first opportunity to do something. Montcrief, here is Lister on the hook shot, does not connect. Rebound fought for hard in there. Montcrief came up with a loose change and drops it in for his first 2 points of the game. That's the story. And the Bucks, of course, with all those great years when they had Jabbar, that's where they really fattened up that series from what I remember, Red. They're a dominating team in the early and mid-70s. Long shot by Jordan, ties it. Michael Jordan, I think, Red, is a little bit better shooter than a lot of people gave him credit for perhaps. Montcrief, a long one. Answers it, and we have an end-to-end game right off the bat. Bulls will be trying to avenge some of what you just saw there. Nice left-handed shot by Enos Whatley.
What a great feed they came off of Michael Jordan up in the air. Beautiful feed.
So we're tied at 4, and again, Montcrief on the drive in heavy traffic. As he went to the hoop, he ran hard into either Steve Johnson or Michael Jordan. That's the story on the shooting to the moment this season. The Bucks survived some terrible shooting, but still managed to win the game. Gave that last foul to Jordan, by the way. Dunleavy with a long one. Rims and comes out. And here come the Bulls on the attack. Steve Johnson got down there quickly. He missed the layup, and it was knocked out of bounds. And it goes to the Bucks. That's something we didn't see last year, Red, from this Bulls team.
Now they got the fast break going. Really got out and ran with it off of a missed shot.
Alton Lister handling the pivot chores. We will see Brewer and McKey also in there. Good steal. The ball came loose. Jordan, Whatley, 2-on-3. Oh, a great block by Cummings out of bounds. Came in from the back.
Beautiful help. That time we saw Jordan come in with the left hand, and coming over the top is the Chicago native from Carver, Terry Cummings with the block. Dunleavy gets called into foul as we come back to live action. A good fake by Mo Whatley.
Got caught just above the circle. He had 2 good chances to look at that block shot by Cummings. There you see him. He just made that block. And there's a guy who I would imagine, because of his Chicago roots, both in high school and college, has to be very keyed up to come back and play on this court. Jordan, an air ball. Lister was able to screen Caldwell Jones away from the offensive rebound. And so as we approach the 2-minute mark in the first quarter, we're tied at 4. Montcrief front rims it, tipped out of bounds. Who got it? Out of bounds to the Bucks. 4-4 tie here in the early moments of our game. Coach Don Nelson, who really took on a challenge this year, as he knew he would have a rebuilding job on his hands. Lister in heavy traffic. Montcrief a 3-pointer. Nope. Steve Johnson, or Jones, went up for it. He blocked the shot on the rebound, and an offensive foul was called, I think, on Cummings.
That's
on
Lister and the foul. Yeah. Cummings came across. You don't block Cummings out. He goes hard to that board, so there's a job to do. Not only keeping Terry Cummings from the ball, but when the ball goes up on that offensive board, you got to keep him off.
Offensive foul does not count as a team foul. Lob for Jordan inside. Easy for him.
He took Mr. Defense, Sid Moncrief downtown with him.
Boy, Jordan's so tough to play. You were talking about it before the game, before we went on tonight, Red, because they can play him both inside and outside. They can lob for him. They can do all sorts of things for him. Dunleavy from 3-point range. He hit a couple of those in Milwaukee on Saturday night. Foul on the rebound. We'll wait on this one. Dunleavy cranks it up from just inside the 3-point line.
Yeah, it looked like Caldwell Jones gave it the push.
Indeed, that's what they indicated. So Jones called for the foul. That's a second against the Bulls. And out of bounds, Dunleavy with it. Faked the lob to Pressy, who is cutting toward the basket. Here is Cummings, and as he went up, Steve Johnson stuck a hand in there trying to knock the ball away, and he got called for the foul. Steve Johnson with his first.
All right, the ball comes back on the weak side. He looks like he's going to make a driving move, and Steve Johnson just puts his hand in hip high and gets caught with the foul. TC to the line for the first 2 free throws of the game.
They rule him as being in the act of shooting on that. So Cummings has a pair. There with that first one.
Play 1, release.
Cummings had a very impressive performance. You can see what he did with the Clippers last year. Boy, did he come in with the Bucks and do a job in their season opener in Milwaukee on Saturday night, especially from the foul line where he was 10 of 13. There's the score, all tied up. About 3 minutes old, first quarter. In the paint, Whatley. Jordan driving hard. Oh, what a move as he went to the opposite hand, and he has 6.
He does that so well.
Bulls lead it by a pair. He has that kind of pump motion effect, and it really freezes the defenders. Feed in for Lister, and Jones appeared to fall him from the side, trying to cover up.
It's his second foul, but as listed as one of the hang time leaders, and he hadn't played a game in the NBA. I guess it was in the Sports Illustrated, and he showed you just why, Michael Jordan.
Pressy tries to feed it. It hit traffic and bounced off of the glass. Jordan, 3-on-2, driving, drops it. Woolridge blocked. Foul called as he was driving to the hoop.
Again, making things happen, taking the ball. He took it off the rebound, and this is what he can do with it. He's got the team spread out. Now coming in, you can't see him. Orlando Woolridge comes out of the corner down the baseline, goes up to slam it, but Pressy reaches in and grabs him. Good job running the break. But that'll happen coming off the rebound if he can get the ball. That's what Magic Johnson does so well. He catches that ball off the rebound and creates the break.
Bulls had all kinds of free throw shooting problems in Milwaukee. Red, when nobody was it more apparent with than Woolridge. He just missed all sorts of opportunities up there.
A little trap here at half court now.
Yeah, sure enough, Whatley trying to put the pressure on. Montcrief down the lane, tried to dish it off. He may have lost it going up. I think he just lost it going up in the air, and it's out of bounds to the Bulls. So the Bulls have it back, and Whatley comes into the forecourt. Dunleavy guards him from afar. Woolridge is covered by Pressy. Got a little screen, missed on the shot. Rebound to Dunleavy, the smallest man on the floor. Whatley picks him up. Cummings across. Woolridge guarding him. Cummings goes up. Misses on the shot. Steve Johnson unable to seal off on the boards. It took a weird carom off of there. Montcrief, amid yells of 3 seconds, lost the ball going up. The Bulls have it back. Woolridge foul. Pressy from the side.
Pressy picked up his second foul. Here's the steal. You'll see Michael Jordan gets a tip of the ball when it comes into center here. That was Mo Whatley with it. Now they can't quite control it, but they do get the ball to Whatley. He comes up the court strong with it. Past Orlando, Pressy picked up the foul. In ball and live ball.
Common foul. Bulls with it out of bounds. Feed to Steve Johnson. Traffic is heavy in there, and a foul called. Pressy tried to drop back to the level of the ball and put on some extra pressure, and Cummings picked up the foul, trying to play him from behind.
All right, Orlando just tries to drop the ball down low to his teammate. Steve Johnson makes a move to the center, and Terry whacks him.
Whatley with the inbounds pass. Bulls have it back again. The common foul. Steve Johnson, he was held. Cummings almost grabbed his jersey and held on to him there.
That's 2 fouls now by Cummings, back to back. And the Bulls are in a bonus. Steve Johnson will go to the line. Now, the problem that you have here in the free throw shooting is Orlando Woolridge is not really a good free throw shooter. He's working on it. He's improved himself. Steve Johnson is not a good free throw shooter. Jordan and Whatley are probably the best 2 free throw shooters in the lineup, although Caldwell Jones, a very good one, doesn't get to the line that much.
Yeah. Johnson is now 4 for 6 on the year with that last free throw. You see the numbers on him to the moment. And he is on the board. He got that second one to go down. And so now the Bulls with their largest lead of the game at 5. Bulls have shown a tendency to get out of the gate pretty well early. You saw the trap again as Whatley trying to put on some extra pressure. The Bulls double teaming the ball. And the Bucks reverse it, and Pressy's wide open. Misses the shot. And Caldwell Jones was fighting. Moncrief kept it alive, and it was tipped out by Jones.
The Bucks are a much better rebounding team. They throw the ball up, and they really go hard after it. The Bulls have not mastered that part of the game yet.
Here's Cummings from the baseline. Rolls it long, and that time Woolridge driving to try to get the rebound, and he Kind of got caught in there against Pressy, I think.
It's his third.
Yeah, sure enough.
All right, to the bench for the first time, we're going to see Kenny Fields now come in, the rookie that the Bucks have drafted this year, and Paul Pressy, who was a full-time guard last year, now moved up to play the small forward and has gotten himself in a very quick foul trouble.
Well, it's a tough matchup for Pressy, there's no question, because he's giving up a lot of height to Woolridge, who's such a strong player to begin with. And Orlando goes to the line, does not connect. He is 1 for 3 from the line.
Kenny Fields out of UCLA.
Yeah, a lot of people were coming questionable. Oh, a tip attempt by Caldwell Jones was not on the money. And,
steal.
And a steal. Jordan comes up with it. It's a 3-on-3. Jordan driving, lost it. He tried to go between his legs. Cummings. Now Jordan stole it back and was called for the foul.
He stole it back, jumped up in the air. He called a foul on Jordan. Now here's where he loses the ball. He just loses control of it. He grabs it back, and he reaches in, hits him on the hand, gets called for the foul.
And the Bulls take timeout. There's timeout on the floor, 7:04 left in the first quarter, and it is the Bulls on top by 5. Well, that's our story back at Chicago Stadium, where the Bulls are on top by 5. And the story from the field, well, Milwaukee's generated a lot of shots and not connected on many, I read.
Yeah, the last basket was at the 11:15 mark that the Bucks have made, 2 out of 10.
Cummings is going to try cut into that deficit a little bit. He has 3 points now with that free throw. Both field goals are by Montcrief, by the way, and that's been it as far as the Milwaukee field goal attack is concerned.
He got him right away, too.
Yeah. Rebound Montcrief kept it alive, but had nowhere to throw it as he was going out of bounds. Bulls have it back, leading by 4. And it's dished out to Whatley from Jordan, tried to go in there, 3-second violation. A couple of Bulls players getting ready to go for the offensive board, got trapped in there too long. And Fields takes the inbounds pass for the Bucks. Fields and Cummings, Lister up front, stolen away, battle for it. Foul called on Montcrief, trying to recover after Whatley took the ball right out of his hands. Montcrief with his first. That was a professional foul right there.
All right, they double team him at half court. Now watch look at Enos Whatley. He stayed with Dunleavy and then hit him on the blind side, came back with the steal. He'll be at the line. Dunleavy's going to lead the game. And is that Hodges? That's
yep. Greg Hodges for Cal State Long Beach. He played his high school ball around here, right? He played at Rich East.
Right.
Very fine player. One of many, so many who have come out of this area and have been recruited all over the country. Like Rod Higgins, for example, left the region, is a very fine player for Fresno State. Many players like that have done very well. Whatley now has 3 on the night. Bulls have not substituted as of yet. Remember, Quintin Dailey is...
Right, they got a problem. It surprised me at the start. He's got an illness. He'll miss this game. We'll see Wes Matthews, who they signed to a contract, I'm sure, get some quick action.
He was supposed to play tonight anyway, so he'll definitely get some. 6-point Bulls lead, their largest of the night to the moment. Kind of a motion offense going here. Fields goes in traffic, and Hodges takes his first shot, and he drills it right home.
That's where he likes, the left side of the court. He's deadly from there.
Well, he sure showed it right there, and cuts that Bulls lead to 4 points. Steve Johnson up high, moves around Cummings, driving, gets the nice basket. Steve Johnson with a power move to the hoop, and he has 4. He kind of sensed Cummings on his side, but when he felt that, he just took off on him.
Made a good move down that lane.
Yeah, very effective. Hodges to Montcrief. Jordan's on Montcrief. Montcrief driving, got caught up in the air. Cummings stole the outlet pass from Caldwell Jones. Here's Hodges. Cummings, pump fake, he traveled. He traveled, the ball goes over, and the Bulls have it right back. There's a good look at Terry. Oh, what a game he had in Milwaukee. A lot of people were concerned how he would be fitting in with this Milwaukee attack. But, boy, he looked as fresh as a daisy.
That's right.
Saturday night, he looked great. Here's Jordan driving in the lane, ran into Fields. Ran right into Fields, offensive foul.
Steve Johnson bumped in Orlando Woolridge, and neither one of them got a chance to get to the hoop.
So the ball goes over, and the Bucks now a little over the halfway through the first quarter here. From the Chicago Stadium tonight, Bill Hazen and Johnny Kerr with greetings for you on Sports Vision, and we're happy to tell you that we have our most exciting schedule of Bulls basketball ever this year. Lister with a lean in and puts it up, and he has his first two. And we're excited about the games coming up. What a season ahead, and with Michael Jordan and Caldwell Jones to go with the great players, Woolridge and the many great players, ought to be something. You saw Jones go down, Jordan with a long one. Rebound comes out to Cummings. If Milwaukee scores here, they'll cut it to 2. Drive by Fields. Whistle sounds as he was on the drive, and I think Venus Whatley got a hand in there and trying to knock the ball away. That puts the bonus into effect at 4:55 for the quarter remaining.
You saw the screen set on the other end by Caldwell Jones, and crashing right through it, knocking Jones down, was Sidney Moncrief. But when you get a label as the defensive player of the year, I guess you're supposed to be able to sneak through those screens. I thought it was obvious right in front of him, but they allowed it to go through. Fields misses the first.
He'll have one more. He is not yet on the board, but just as I say that, he knocks down his first point of the night, and it's now a Bulls 3-point lead. As Enos Whatley will bring it into the forecourt. Hodges has picked up Whatley. You have Montcrief working against Jordan right now to size up the backcourt matchups for you. Whatley, a fadeaway, was blocked in the air. Hodges got a hand on it. Baseball pass for Montcrief. He brought it in somehow like a good wide receiver. Kicks it wide open as Kenny Fields, and he hits it.
Well, they had a 3-second violation there that time. Lister underneath, but he just ran out of bounds. They let him go with it. Good shot from the side.
Bulls have seen their lead shrink to just 1 point. Their largest lead of the game had been 6.
Well, they have done nothing on a half-court offense so far, Bill. Everything they've done has been a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, indeed. Here's a nice little screen. Woolridge, he traveled with it. It looked like they were just getting something working right there, Red, and sure enough, Woolridge traveled with it. It's close-up look at Orlando. And Hodges will take the inbounds pass now, and he'll go to work as the Bucks go into the forecourt. Bucks, it seems to me, are not running nearly as much this year as they have in previous years. They seem to be more of a setup team. Jordan blocked the pass out of bounds. It was intended for Montcrief along the baseline.
Well, you got to remember that Lister would be forward now if Lanier was playing center. They dominated the boards pretty good. They could get out and fly. They had Junior Bridgman. They also had... oh, here we go.
Yeah, Jordan with a steal. Ahead to Woolridge. See, plays it up for the basket. That's as close as you can come to traveling without traveling.
Good steal again, ignited by Michael Jordan to set that off.
3-point Bulls lead. Cummings on the wing. Notice that Steve Johnson sags back. They'll let him take that shot out there. But Hodges, meantime, nails one from that left side of the floor. And Nihau has 4. Jordan back the other way. Bulls by 1. The low feed to Johnson. That's where he wants it. Right in there deep. Traveling. Somebody reached a hand. I think Hodges reached a hand in there and bothered him and forced him to travel. And the Bulls will be bringing on Wes Matthews for the very first time as you see him come onto the floor. And that's the story on him.
Well, we thought you'd see him kind of early. He played for Kevin Loughery at Atlanta a couple of years ago, so he knows what Kevin's trying to do. He caught on quite quickly to this offense.
He was acquired over the weekend when the injury to Ronnie Lester came about. Cummings fed to Fields. He's open.
They're going to let Craig Hodges shoot from there, and Fields, they're going to make him. You got to get a hand up on him. Get back to that side.
Nobody even close. Yeah, an unobstructed jump shot situation like that make it very tough. The Bucks take the lead with that hoop at 18-17. Woolridge to Jones for the hoop. Caldwell Jones with his first 2, and the Bulls take the lead right back by a point. Montcrief with Jordan on his side. We'll have a timeout coming up. Don Nelson calls for it just as they cross the timeline, and we'll pause. 2:38 left in the quarter, and there's your score. Let us take a moment to remind you the broadcast rights to this game have been granted to Sports Vision by the Chicago Bulls solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience, and any reproduction or other use of this program without the express written consent of Sports Vision is strictly prohibited. That's the story on the scoreboard. It's been an even first quarter for the most part.
Tough backcourt now. The Bulls have Wes Matthews in his first leading role, and he's joined by Rod Higgins now, who replaces the rookie Michael Jordan.
Oh, that rebound story is all Milwaukee early in the game. And Terry Cummings gets another field goal to help his cause. He has 5 points now for the quarter. And the Bulls find themselves trailing by a point. Steve Johnson inside. It's blocked. Goaltending. Lister, count that one. No doubt about that. Steve Johnson has a 6-point first quarter going. What a story on the boards. We're at 14-3, Milwaukee. Here's some pressure. Matthews trying to put it on. Caldwell-Jones well out front. And now the middle is suddenly left unopened, undefended for a moment, but Jones got back. Cummings wide open, missed the shot. Oh, and a terrible fall by Matthews. He landed on his elbows, thank goodness, and I think that cushioned some of the blow. Woolridge will drive in traffic, and he gets the hoop. He has 5 points for the quarter.
I'll tell you, Matthews can get up as like anybody out there for his size. He was stunning before the game with some of those dunks he put on. He can rebound.
At 6'1".
I hope they don't have to depend on him, though, to do it.
You're right. They're in trouble if they do have to depend on him. I'll guarantee you that. Cummings operating down low. Missed on the shot. Rebound fought for Montcrief again. Well, oh man, Montcrief is all over the place on those boards. Fields, the good head fake. Missed on the shot. Tipped around. Bulls can't control it. Lister, he missed. He was hacked hard as he put up the layup shot underneath.
Well, if you want to go back, we'll take one look at Wes Matthews getting that last rebound. A shot from the side, missed by Cummings. Watch Matthews goes up, and he just gets hit by Orlando Woolridge, I believe, and gets knocked down. Here comes Corzine in the game now for Caldwell-Jones. But if you go back to that scouting report at the beginning of the game, and I gave that rebounding to Milwaukee, you know, they've got 2 guys on the bench, as I mentioned, 7'1" Paul McKey and 7'4" or 6", however you want to look at it, Randy Brewer. So, I mean, they can keep you busy on it, but you got to block them out once they miss that shot.
They really are big. They're one of the biggest teams in the league. Lister misses the first free throw.
Should be able to beat him down the court when you've got that kind of size going through the board, but you've got to get the ball.
Got that second one. Lister got the second one to go down, so he has 3. Now full court pressure, and the Bulls break it quickly. Here they come. Rod Higgins, who just came in, launches a jump shot, misses, and the rebound comes out to Alton Lister. Here comes a nice pass off Cummings for the slam as he got a nice feed from Craig Hodges. Cummings has 7 for the quarter. And he is off and rolling with a very strong first quarter. McKey gets off the Milwaukee bench. Feed deep to Corzine. Hook shot goes off of the boards.
Should be an offensive foul, and it is. Corzine wheeled to the middle, came back to the left, threw that arm up into Alton Lister, and drew the foul. McKey in for Terry Cummings.
So now the Milwaukee team has an even bigger front line than they had in there before. They really has some beef. McKey plays at a forward spot in this setup. Montcrief in the forecourt. Covered now by Rod Higgins. Little 2-man game here. Fields. Now Hodges pops out. It goes to McKey. Hands back to Hodges. A long one. Front rims and Corzine with a rebound. Outlet to Woolridge. That was almost picked up. Woolridge driving. Gets the hoop on a nice move. He has 7 points.
Good move. He threw on McKey. McKey just tried to take the offensive foul, but O was around him.
Boy, the Bulls are putting on some backcourt pressure, and Matthews draws the foul. Wes Matthews with his first. The bonus was already in effect as Kevin Loughery looks on.
Watch the Walter Payton move he gives him here. McKey tries to stand up, and O just sneaks around gently, underhands it into the hoop.
Oh, and he was able to twist his body while in the air to avoid that contact. That's very impressive.
Well, it shows something here. Now you've got Quintin Dailey, who's going to miss the game with an illness. It shows you how short the Bulls can be if they do not have Jordan back in the game. Here he comes now for Steve Johnson, so that'll put him in the back and put Higgins up front.
So Higgins and Woolridge at the forward spots. Corzine in the middle, Matthews and Jordan right now in the back. One more for Hodges, who has 5. He's off to a tremendous start.
Well, Don Nelson has done a super job. He does not really have a point guard. He's using 2 or 3 guys, and it's been very effective for him.
Hodges reaches total point production from Saturday night right there with 6. And it is now the Bucks and Bulls tied up at 25. Jordan in traffic. Kicks it out. Wes Matthews a long one. No, Woolridge tried for the jam and missed it. Boy, he came flying through the air without a trapeze. Montcrief up and in on the baseline. And the Bucks take the lead. Montcrief with 6. Jordan nearly lost it. And did lose it. And a long half-court buzzer bomb by Hodges misses the mark. So, we are through the first quarter of play, and it's the Bucks by a pair. We have a 2-point ball game through the first quarter, and by the way, we realize that we have a lot of friends with Continental Cable that are having a Sports Vision preview, so we have a lot of viewers perhaps seeing Sports Vision for the very first time. We sure wanted to welcome them. And folks, for those of you watching for the first time, this is where you'll find the Hawks, the Bulls, the Sting, and a whole lot of other stuff, the White Sox. So if you're interested, why don't you contact Continental Cable and say you want Sports Vision. They'll be happy to give you all the details on Sports Vision.
Larry Mishaw in now for Milwaukee, and Sidney Green in for Chicago.
All right, we get second quarter action underway. Matthews on the attack. Rod Higgins. He'll dribble it. Goes to Jordan, driving on the baseline. They double-team Jordan immediately, trying to hem him in. Sidney Green in traffic. Boy, he had a jump shot there and just couldn't take it. He wanted to dribble it and did so. McKey drew the foul.
Jordan double-teamed in a corner. He gets the ball down out to Green. He can't get the handle on him. McKey gives him a little bit of a bump, picks the foul up.
Common foul. It'll be out of bounds as the Bulls will toss it back in. So Sidney Green fouled in the act of driving. Jordan's open, coming off a pick, missed the shot, tipped around, comes up to Sidney Green for the easy slam.
Hey, look what I found.
2 points is what he found. Sidney Green from Nevada, Las Vegas. The Bulls' top draft choice of a year ago puts it in. So Sidney Green is off and rolling. The Bulls have come back and tied it now at 27. Mishaw, Sidney Green guarding him. Hodges is being covered by Matthews. McKey with a hook. Put it up over the top of Higgins. Boy, that's a real mismatch. There, Matthews on the other end lays it up. Basket, he put it in. Fields fouled him.
What a play. The first hoop that I've seen Matthews get for the Bulls this year. What a super play. But watch the passer. Michael Jordan looks away, threads it on a dead run, and Kenny Fields tries for the block. He lays it up over the rim and in. Beautiful pass by Michael Jordan. Wes Matthews being the guy that lights the board up, and he gets 3 out of it.
So Matthews converts the 3-point play, and boy, that one angle, you could just see that ball coming right into your living room. As you often are fond of saying, Red, that was a perfect pass right on the money. You really saw just how tough it is to thread a pass like that.
Illegal defense on the Bulls. That will be a warning the first time.
So the warning comes out for that first one. Coach Don Nelson, the Bucks head coach, seemed to have been mentioning along the sidelines to the officials about that. Kevin Loughery, Bulls. Each team, by the way, was called for that several times. These teams both play a lot of double-teaming type coverage. Long jump shot by Hodges, and boy, he's hitting them. Hodges has 8 points. Out of bounds, Bulls. He has the hot hand. That guy right there, you had a good close look at him. Greg Hodges has been, he may be a real find in that trade with San Diego. He may be a real extra bonus. Feed into heavy traffic. It bounced around. It was too hot for Higgins to handle as Jordan blasted it in there. Went out of bounds, and the Bulls are fortunate to have the ball back.
Oh, he threw the fastball in there.
They're not going to do much with that. Matthews out front. Goes over Montcrief. A long one, and Wes Matthews has his 5th point. Wes Matthews coming off the bench.
Funny shot, a little bit of a shot to it. The ball moves sideways. Not a good rotation on it, but it's effective.
Montcrief trying to post up. Feed in there. Higgins came over to cover, and a foul was called on the drive.
Well, you see, the Bulls were down. They had the best shooting percentage, the worst free throw percentage, and the worst rebounds. Turnovers were just about even. The foul is on Wes Matthews. Matthews, as soon as Montcrief noted he had Matthews on him, bam, he went right to the hole. They got some help on a blocked shot from Sidney Green, but Montcrief was already to the hoop.
Montcrief now has 7 with that free throw. And puts one more in for a total of 8.
Out.
And it is now a 1-point Bulls lead. Early in the second quarter, 2 minutes old here from Chicago Stadium. Bill Hazen and Johnny Kerr, happy to have you with us on Sports Vision tonight. First of many, many regular season telecasts of the Bulls that we'll have. We'll be with them all over the league. Fields called on the foul that time as a pass was blasted in there. Fields has 2 quick ones.
Strange feeling calling all these players for the Milwaukee Bucks. They're very unfamiliar. Junior Bridgman gone, and Marcus Johnson gone, and Lanier gone.
They've had a dramatic change.
Oh boy, yeah.
That guy, however, Montcrief is not gone, and they'll build around him and Cummings. And who knows, they may have found somebody who can help them in Craig Hodges. I've really been impressed with him. Higgins to Matthews. Covered by Hodges. Jordan in the paint, drops it for Corzine, and he was getting ready for the rebound, and that pass caught him by surprise.
That'll bring the Bluebirds out, and Dave wasn't quite ready for it.
Out of bounds. Bucks have it back with a chance to take a lead. In the forecourt.
They've got to remember, the Bulls will find this out, that Jordan is not a selfish ball player. He'll get inside that paint and still look to pass the ball off, and now Corzine fighting Paul McKey for a position down at his end, draws his second foul.
Well, you know, and that's in a way that's a very good thing, because once the players get used to it, they'll always be looking to that passer. They'll figure, hey, I might get the ball, so they'll work harder to get open. Here's a long shot by Montcrief. He knocks it down from just inside the three-point line, and the Bucks take a 1-point lead with that. Montcrief is in double figures with 10, and he looks like an all-star player tonight. Just what he is. Green. There is shot by Jordan, and he rolls it up and in. Rattles it down. He has 8 points. So Michael Jordan on the move. And that gives the Bulls back to a 1-point lead.
All right, here they're doing, Montcrief setting plays up on the board. They're trying to go one-on-one. He lost the ball.
They're still away, laid out for Jordan. This should be an easy two. Kaboom!
And that's what they came to see, didn't they? Let's go and roar here in the stadium.
Jordan just rocked the cradle for his 10th point, and the Bucks are going to call time. Up off the bench was Don Nelson after that one. Montcrief got his pocket picked, and they paid for it at the other end, the Bucks did. The Bulls on top by 3. Well, it seems to me the Bulls, Red, have changed magically in 1 year from a horizontal to a vertical team, and I think we're going to see what we're talking about right here on this last slam.
All right, there's a steal now from Montcrief. They try to go one-on-one. They get it out to Michael Jordan. Everybody in the gym stopping to realize what's going to happen. Here he comes with a cup, slam, jam. Thank you, man.
Nice and easy.
And that was a timeout call. Now Kevin Greavy gets off the bench, the veteran left-handed set shooter.
The Bucks bring in their 10th player already in this game. Greavy is a good shooter from the wing and can make things happen. Feed low, McKey, the hook shot. Oh, Jordan wanted to block that and decided not to at the very last minute. Then McKey has his first 2 points in a rolling hook over the middle, and now it is a 1-point Bulls lead. Higgins is covered by Cummings. Matthews covered by Hodges. Sidney Green trips. Slipped a little bit. He wanted to make a head fake and slipped on the court.
You see there, he's pointing at a little wet out there. They're going to come and wipe this up. Wipe the perspiration up. He came around to pick. He was looking to make a fake and drive, but his feet went out from under him. And Greavy now will inbound it in front of the Bulls bench.
Greavy puts it into Hodges, and Matthews is on him. McKey will come, and here's one of the bigger screens in the National Basketball Association. At halftime, we're going to look at the list of players over 7 feet tall in this league, and it's very, you'd be amazed how many players are that big. McKey is one of them. You saw a nice roll-up jump shot that fell in by Craig Hodges, who now has 10 points, and he has really played his weight from a scoring standpoint here in the first half. Matthews, Sidney Green trying to move in, and he was kind of held off there by Mishaw, and I think Mishaw got it, sure enough. So Mishaw picks up his first.
Bulls like Mishaw. They liked him very much. There it is. Oh, he held him. Greavy held him. They played the alley-oop. And the fans would have come to their feet that time. Boy, they had him on the weak side, and Greavy just reached out and grabbed him and said, "Nah, not on me, please." Please.
That puts the bonus into effect at 7:30.
Now here they come with more height. As I said, they take out a man. Who are they going to take out? They're going to take out Kenny, or they're going to take Mishaw and come in with Randy Brewer, who got 10 points last Saturday, coming off the bench to lead their scorers off the bench.
That's adding 6 inches to your lineup by bringing Brewer on, and Mishaw going to the bench. 7-3 for 6'9".
Jordan Hicks gets 7-1.
Oh, yeah. They have definitely one of the biggest lineups in the league. If they bring Lister in, they've got the trio.
Well, now their power forward, Terry Cummings, becomes their small forward. Now he'll work on a small forward of the Bulls.
At 6'9". Bucks have used 11 players already. Hodges. Cummings kicks it across to Greavy. Looks for a target. He'll kick it around. Hodges. Cummings is open. Goes over Corzine and sticks the jump shot. Terry Cummings has 9 points. That's his first 2 of the second quarter, and the Bucks now lead it by a point. Matthews running the attack for the Chicago Bulls. Matthews and Jordan at the guards. Corzine in the middle. Sidney Green and Rod Higgins up front. Missed shot. Nice tip effort in there by Jordan. He got loose underneath and went way up there and was fouled from the back.
He gives you the extra rebounder. Now, Greavy is just running around trying to find it. Bulls have to be patient to get him the ball. Here's the missed shot. And watch the hands come up. And that belonged to Michael Jordan as Terry Cummings was over the top of him. And that's Cummings' third foul, isn't it?
That's right. That's what I have on him, Red. Jordan at the line. Jordan continues to knock down free throws like they're going out of style. He is now, for the year, 14 out of 15. He did miss that one. Jordan stole it, knocked it out of bounds. Good try to get it back. Jordan already with 13 points in the half.
I knew he was going to miss that foul. He was right there to try to get it back in.
And the Bucks will bring it across. Hodges, covered by Matthews. They have a 4 down. It looked like kind of a 4 down play, if you will. 4 players right near the baseline. Here's Cummings shaking loose in there. Goes up for a power move. You can't stop him that close to the hoop. He has 11. And now it is the Bucks by 2 at 41-39. Midway through the second quarter play here from the stadium. Higgins, a long one. Up in the air. Brewer, McKey rather, coming down with it. They have both those 7-footers in the lineup. Hodges, the shot was blocked by Sidney Green. Knocked around. Hodges got it back, and then he's fouled by Higgins.
The Bulls got caught standing around. The shot was missed by Hodges. Ball came down. Now you have to block out or get the ball. Now watch him. Sidney Green goes for the shot, gets a piece of it. Now watch it come straight down. And he can't really do that. Come back in, but they let him do it.
Cummings kept that ball alive. Red coming in late. Orlando Woolridge coming back in. You see
Steve
Orlando.
Johnson.
Johnson back in. Sidney Green to the bench along with Rod Higgins. And here's Craig Hodges, who we were telling you about. What a find as a third-round draft choice. Now in his third year. And I'll tell you, I talked about Cummings coming back home and playing here tonight. Didn't mention anything about Hodges, but he has the same situation. Every reason why a lot of these players, when they come in here, there has to be a thrilling experience. I would imagine his family is in the stands, family and friends, watching him here tonight. Hodges with a dozen, and he has looked great. And the Bucks have their largest lead of this game.
They try to take advantage and get the ball to Michael Jordan. Now he's got Kevin Gravy on him. Get him the ball, let him do a few things.
There he is, kicks it out to Woolridge in heavy traffic, goes up. He was hammered, hit right in the head.
All right, the Bulls are going to have to learn this to get it to the young man. He's got Gravy on him. They took out Sidney Moncrief, the defensive player here. Now, look at this. He's got 2 men on him, sailing out of bounds. He gives you an easy 2 points to the free throw line if you can convert.
Yeah, Brewer got the foul. That's his first. And to the line goes Woolridge, and he knocks down that first one. That's his first point here in the second quarter. He has 8 for the night. And the Bulls pull back within 3. We had the whistle sound just as the free throw was taken. Somebody in the lane too quickly for the Bulls, and so the ball goes over. By the way, is that registered as a missed free throw?
Yep.
Yeah. 43 for the Bucks, 40 for the Bulls. Come to think of it, I don't think it would be, would it?
Sure. You awarded 2 free throws, you come away with 1 point.
Yeah. McKey, a jump shot from the baseline. Puts it in. McKey knocks it down. And Woolridge back at the other end.
Those are the shots you don't want.
Yes.
And we bail out of it.
Steve Johnson managed to get the rebound and keep it alive. Helped the cause a little bit there for the Bulls.
Well, you don't want to come down and cast up that first shot. Again, you got to get the ball to your guy that can get you some points.
The operators, the guys who can do it, and get Woolridge down there where he can get you some points. Hodges, low feed McKey's in there deep. Jordan blocked the shot right out of bounds. Steve Johnson held his ground beautifully, and Jordan came in from the back.
All right, McKey looking at his man, and watch Jordan come in and just wipe it out.
Inbounds McKey, fires a long one. Nope, Matthews, the smallest man on the floor at 6'1", grabbed the rebound. And Steve Johnson was on the break and just couldn't control it.
Oh, he was wide, way out in front of everybody. Matthews let him have the ball, hit him right in the hands. Maybe the wrong place on that break.
It's the Bucks by 3. Matthews tried for the steal, knocked out of bounds. Gravy was pinned in over near that far sideline.
There it is. There's the pass down, out in front of everybody, off his hands and out of bounds.
Cummings with the inbounds pass as we return live. Cummings, he'll go up. Corzine was on him tightly. He missed the shot. Corzine really had a hand in his face. Here comes Woolridge. Driving, goes around behind the back, lost out of bounds. And the Bulls have it back. It was last hit by Gravy.
Oh, got caught up in a little showtime. It's not showtime yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Team.
Not yet. It's too early in the game. Inbounds. Jordan, he fires. He hits. Michael Jordan again for the Bulls, and he has 15 points for the half. First half of play with 4:25 left, and it's the Bulls trailing the Milwaukee Bucks by a point. Brewer hands it back to Hodges. Matthews covering Hodges. Hodges sits and fires. Corzine with a rebound. He's gotten a couple of key rebounds here in the last few moments. Matthews. Boy, he is quick, isn't he? He'll fire from there. No, it wouldn't go down. The fans really oohing and eyeing there, and Cummings took a hand in the face on that rebound.
Oh, that's on Jordan, and it's a delayed whistle. Well, I tell you, he didn't even see that. Oakes did not even see what happened until Cummings went down. I watch his shot. It's going to be a swing at the ball here. All right, he just swings at the ball and catches him across the face. And until Cummings went down with the ball, the official had no idea what had happened. Michael Jordan leaves. Now Higgins comes in. The Bulls trail by 1, 45-44.
So Jordan is on the bench. Rod Higgins replaces him, and he will cover Montcrief now for...
all right, you see right away, as soon as he went out, Nelson comes back in with Montcrief.
Right in with Montcrief.
I don't think anybody can handle him.
He is darn tough to handle. Here he is. He got open around a screen, but an illegal screen was thrown in there by McKey, who really knocked Higgins almost into Lake Michigan.
Bill, let's take a look now and see if the Bulls have any half-court offense. Now, this is what they've got to be able to concentrate on, getting something down low.
Matthews up top. They reverse it. Woolridge into the lane, driving through, and he gets the hook.
That's where you want to get it from. You know, the Bucks are going to give you the outside shot. You got to get it in now, inside.
Bulls take the lead by a point, and a timeout will be taken at 20-second timeout to be taken by the Bucks here as they'll go ahead and talk it over, and they take their allotted 20 for the half. We will remind you that coming up on Sports Vision, we hope you're going to be with us because we have a night of the National Hockey League, and it starts at 6:30 with Sports Probe, followed by the NHL preview at 7 p.m., and then we'll have for you the feature of the evening, the Blackhawks taking on the Minnesota North Stars. We'll have all the play-by-play action for you coming up. That'll be right here on Sports Vision, so don't run away. Pat Foley and Dale Talon will be providing all the play-by-play action right here. There are some fans who, a lot more smiles on the faces, I would think, this year right around here than we saw in certainly last year. In what was a challenging year for everybody, including the announcers. Cummings with a backdoor move. Boy, he ran hard into Steve Johnson. Now what happened here?
A delayed whistle again.
What happened here?
He blew the whistle. It didn't work, is what he was saying. Kevin is all over him. He says, I blew the whistle, and the whistle came out of my mouth. There it is. All right. Now watch Mike Mathis. He waves the foul right away. He just at the whistle. He had the whistle in his hand. It looked like instead of his mouth. So Cummings will shoot. Steve Johnson draws the foul, his second.
And Cummings, who has 11 points on the night and is 3 for 4 from the foul line to the moment. It's another one. He has a dozen. Terry Cummings played at Carver High School, was the rookie of the year in this league when he came in. He surprised a lot of people. Coming out of DePaul, nobody was really sure how he would play in the National Basketball Association. But the game was very suited for his talents. And he has performed beautifully. High score. There was a backdoor feed for Woolridge, and Montcrief smelled it out and stole the ball away. Montcrief to McKey. And Montcrief walked as he started to make his move in. He got caught in a situation there where he dragged his foot. Ball goes over, and Enos Whatley comes back in.
Matthews.
That's the story here from courtside at Chicago Stadium. They just had a little announcement. We knew, of course, earlier that David Stern, the commissioner of the NBA, was going to be in the stands tonight, and we should remind everybody, too, you want to stick around at halftime because David will be the Johnny Kerr's guest here at halftime.
Anybody in any office gets booed when they're introduced.
That's right. They did boo David Stern for the record. Woolridge driving. And
Brewer, I believe it was, wasn't it? The big man standing there.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to fake him out. He stands there. Now watch him. He doesn't get off. He stands there. He stands there. He comes up. Pressy comes back in now. Terry Cummings will leave.
they did indeed give the foul to Brewer, and that's the story of how Milwaukee has stayed in this game, really, with an outstanding performance from their bench.
Well, we gave that bench again in its scouting report to Milwaukee for this game, Q being out.
You're right on the money then, I guess. Although Wes Matthews, I think, playing
he's
off
got
the Bulls
five.
bench has
He's
done
got all of them.
Sensational job. Dozen points for Woolridge now, and the Bulls are right back on top in this game by a pair. The bench has performed well for Milwaukee. The starters for the Bulls have performed well. Montcrief's covered by Rod Higgins right now. And Dunleavy's been picked up by Enos Whatley. Here's kind of a motion offense. Pressy rolled around and finally went in. Paul Pressy, it took him a long time to get on the board, but he finally has his first 2 points of the game, and we're tied again at 48. Approaching the 2-minute mark remaining in the first half. Johnson. McKey is on him. Feed to Corzine, deep with Brewer on him. Stripped out of his hands as he went up. Out of bounds. Dunleavy made the steal. And Sidney Green comes back in. Steve Johnson to the bench for the Bulls. Out of bounds, Bulls. Woolridge, deep release pass to Whatley. 7 seconds to shoot. Woolridge spinning, puts it up. Blocked in the air by McKey. Time running out. Out of bounds, Milwaukee. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. The Bulls could not have gotten off a shot in that limited time. Don Nelson of the Bucks setting up the play. Dunleavy brings it across. This is more of a set-up team than we've seen out of Milwaukee in recent years. Pressy in the drive, and that was a nice move.
Orlando Woolridge had him tight out in front, and he just wheeled right around him down the lane. He gets 2 quick hoops to put his team up.
Bucks by a pair. This has been a relatively seesaw game, although the Bulls have been out in front most of the time. Corzine, a post-up. Wouldn't go. Sidney Green on the foul over the back of McKey as he tried to keep the ball alive, and Sidney has his first.
Shot by Dave Corzine. He took it in close, catches a little bit of glass, and over the top, and McKey comes Green, who'll walk the long way down. McKey will shoot himself a 1-and-1, or shoot 2 free throws.
McKey weighs 265 pounds. He could be a very good defensive end. You take a look at Sidney Green, who is trying to challenge him up there. This guy could be a good defensive end in professional football. He has the beef.
What you need now on the Bulls' end of the court, Phil, is you've got to run some set plays if they've got them. You cannot let this group out here freelance. You got to run some set plays, try to get something down low, get a screen, get a good shot. Everybody knows what's going on. They should be out rebound, but they have to know what they're going to do offensively.
And McKey knocks that second one down. So now it is Bucks' 4-point lead. And Whatley at the timeline kicks it across to Higgins, penetrating, lob pass, Woolridge down low, faking, tried to go up, and he was really blasted right along that baseline. And McKey gets it. That's his third. So Woolridge gets to the line.
All right, watch Rod Higgins break down lane. He tries to get it over the top to Orlando Woolridge. Woolridge fakes, everybody up in the air, 7'4", 7'1", 6'6". And when they come down, Orlando makes his 5th free throw of the evening.
He has 13.
McKey picked up his 3rd foul. He leaves, and Lister came back for him.
Well, I tell you, this Milwaukee team can really roll them in, one big guy after the next.
And then they've rotated their small men very well.
Yeah, they have. Woolridge now has 13 points. It's the Bucks by 3, down to a minute and a quarter left here in the second quarter. Sidney Moncrief. Nope. Looked like that one rolled off of his hand a little bit. Green outlets to Whatley. Driving. Oh, and he laid it up beautifully. Kind of had to lean back while he was in the air in a rocker type motion, and Whatley has 6. Bulls pull within a point. Dunleavy. Pressy. Low feed Lister. He's dangerous in there. Under a minute left. Down to 50 seconds. The hook shot goes in. And Lister has 5, and the Bulls trail by 3. Whatley to Woolridge. Pulls up and takes it. Hits it. Woolridge with a 15-point first half. Now ties Jordan for Chicago scoring honors. And leading scorer on the floor. Pressy driving in, leaned in, offensive foul. And the Bulls get it back with 34 seconds left in the half. And that is 4 on Pressy.
He comes in, makes the move. He's got O backpedaling, tries to jump into the lane, and a lot of players get this call, but Pressy is not going to receive it tonight. 34 seconds to go. Bulls chance to take the lead.
Inbounds pass. Whatley will bring it across. They may want to get a quick shot here. And going in was Whatley. He's called for an offensive foul. Whatley with his second. I was thinking they might want a quick shot here because there were only 29 seconds left in the half. Yep. But was blocked by Lister. And that's when the offensive foul was called as he charged into Lister. Now there is a 5-second difference between the clocks. 5 seconds between the clocks. The Bulls should have the last shot of the quarter. Dunleavy driving on Whatley. 7 seconds to shoot. Lister with 6. Nope. Tipped around. Green. Woolridge got it. 7 seconds. Here is Whatley with 4 seconds. 3 seconds. A long one. Nope. And the Bucks will take a lead into the locker room here at the half. And it has been a very, very competitive first half of play. You see the Bulls players, including their newest player, walking off of the floor, Wes Matthews. And we remind you to stay with us at half because, first of all, Johnny will be visiting with the new commissioner of the National Basketball Association, David Stern. I'll be back to review the NBA news and highlights, and then Johnny and I will be reviewing the first half. Our score at the half, the Milwaukee Bucks leading by a point.
A couple of moves made by Michael Jordan. He's been so exciting here so far. The commissioner says this guy can really play. There's a shot underneath, and Michael Jordan, he beat Sidney Moncrief down low. We'll take another look now. Enos Whatley with the ball. He makes a penetration. It's Jordan coming around the screen. He uses Caldwell Jones, goes up, hangs, reverses, knocks it in. Now, Sidney Green also provided some fireworks off the bench. Shot was missed here. Now watch Sidney Green take it. It's tipped by Corzine to Sidney. Sidney grabs it up. The stuff is down through for two.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah, you find it. You know, you hang around, and the harder you work, the easier those baskets come sometimes.
That's right. I guess they do. Well, some impressions of the first half here is we'll take a look at the scores on the first half and see how Milwaukee did. They got 3 players in double figures, as it turned out. Cummings, Hodges, and Montcrief. You see the rest of the players have figured prominently and talked about the height situation in Milwaukee, what they can put out there. The Bulls, meantime, countered, and really their central scoring has been around those 2 guys, Woolridge and Jordan, and they really need to widen that circle just a little bit.
Yeah, you look at the foul situation. Jordan with 3 really got hurt with a foul right at the end. He thought he stripped Terry Cummings clean of the ball. And remember, again, you didn't see Quintin Dailey's name out there as any of the score or any foul trouble. He's been ill. He's not played tonight. The Bulls are hurting. That's why Matthews is getting his chance to play.
And he's looked good to the moment coming off of the bench. Well, we're going to be back here. It's halftime. Second half action coming up after you watch this. Terry Cummings has looked quite good. Hodges has looked quite good, each with a dozen points. And,
Cummings has 3 fouls. Pressy has 4 fouls, and McKey has 3 fouls. Montcrief 1, and Michael Jordan with 3 big fouls. So he's got to watch himself this half.
Randy Brewer didn't play that long, and he has a pair. That isn't really in the serious zone just yet, but you add 1 or 2 more onto that, Brewer could be in trouble.
If they lose him, they should, they've still got McKey. They've got blah, blah, blah to come
Lister, they got bangers. They certainly do. They're loaded with them.
There we go.
Bulls have the same starting lineup that began the game. The Milwaukee Bucks have McKey in at a forward spot in place of Pressy. Other than that, it's the same starting lineup for the Bucks that began the game. Here is Jordan in fairly close. Missed on the shot. McKey has the rebound. One of the Bulls players appeared to go flying, and Jordan almost stole it. Was turning around, and Dunleavy got it back. Cummings, it was pinned against the board by Caldwell Jones on a nice job. Jordan with the outlet. Feeds it for Johnson and hit traffic, bounced over the end line. The Bulls have it back. Just underway in the third quarter. And the Bulls will be attacking here. Woolridge, deep release to Whatley. Dunleavy's covering him. Woolridge covered by Cummings, and he shoots right over him, and Woolridge takes the scoring lead with 17. And the Bulls, Whatley putting on backcourt pressure here. Man for man against Dunleavy. Want to force him to work hard to get the ball off the floor. Feed to Cummings, the turnaround. He was fouled. Let's see who got it. Was it Whatley from the back?
Yeah.
And that's his third. First team foul, and Cummings gets to the line. Looked like he was pretty well defended there, Red. Perhaps not a very wise foul.
Yeah, see, they talk about double teaming a guy now. When he goes into poster, if you're going to double team him, little man can't come from the back. He's got to go up and get sort of a foot position to force him out of his shot. Because Cummings is going to take that shot if he gets the ball down low.
Cummings misfires on the first free throw and continues to sit at that point total. About a minute old here in the third quarter. Cummings once again has 13 now. And that creates a tie situation at 55 apiece. The Bulls in the forecourt. We've had a number of ties in this game. Been close. Bulls have led probably the majority of the first half. Oh, what a behind-the-back pass by Steve Johnson. And Whatley got a very easy basket out of it.
Good job.
Boy, that was a perfect feed from Steve Johnson. You won't see a better feed than that one was as he went behind the back.
Now, Dunleavy left his man, and Enos Whatley did what you were supposed to do. He went right to the hoop, and he got the pass back.
Here is Cummings. Woolridge is on him. Cummings misses the shot, tipped out Steve Johnson. Here's Whatley. He has Woolridge on his left, Jordan on his right. Jordan's driving. My goodness, if he would have put that in, that certainly would have been on the highlight reel. Out of bounds. Let's see who got it.
Boy,
Milwaukee.
Take a look at this basket. He loses control. He doesn't think he's going to get the ball. He has to reach out for it. Now he's got to dive between two players, lays it up off the glass, and just misses a great shot.
He put a tremendous amount of English on that. He almost got that ball down. McKey. Out to Montcrief. Our shot, I think, was blocked by Jordan. I think Jordan got a hand on it in the air.
Oh, they're going to say Johnson committed the foul. The ball, and when he came down on top, he came down on Terry Cummings. A tough play for Steve Johnson. Jonathan Kobler sitting up there. He's very upset at that call. That's the third personal on Steve Johnson. All right, here's the shot missed by Montcrief. Well, let's get back to live action here. Okay, there's the shot. Steve Johnson blocking McKey. Well, he gave him a little hand.
Caldwell Jones is called for a foul on the ensuing inbounds play. Dunleavy feeds it low. Here's Lister.
Oh, boy. 3 fouls right in a row now. Steve Johnson, Caldwell Jones, and who was
Whatley,
that?
I think, got that one. That's his 4th. And that may bring Wes Matthews right back off of the bench. Bulls have picked up 3 quick team fouls just in this one sequence.
Yeah.
And Jawan Oldham comes off of the Bulls bench.
All right, the move to the center. He comes back. He gets pushed on the hip.
Alton Lister went to the line and missed the first free throw. He has one more as Wes Matthews, we mentioned, might come back in.
One left.
Indeed, he got off of the bench, and so he's in the lineup now for the Bulls. Whatley goes to the bench. One more for Lister. Missed them both. And Jawan Oldham kind of tipped the ball out. Didn't really get a good handle on it, but the Bulls able to get the rebound. Matthews looking for Jordan down low, and the whistle sounds. Cummings.
That's on Lister.
No, you're right, Lister.
Boy, oh boy,
Sorry.
bang, bang, bang. Now they're calling. They're trying to open this up, not let it get to be a shoving match.
Woolridge will inbound, and Jawan Oldham comes up to take the ball. Here is Matthews. Dunleavy's going to give him room to shoot out there. Here's Jordan. Penetrating, throws it up. Oh, it almost went in, and the rebound comes out to Cummings. Here come the Bucks, 3 on 4. Dunleavy, Cummings in the corner. Sidney Moncrief went up, basket, an unbelievable shot. You heard the hand slap, and Montcrief got it in somehow.
Jordan's 4th foul. Here's the pass by Terry Cummings. He goes down, hesitates, goes up hard, and Jawan Oldham went up through the basket. That should be 2 automatic, but the ball is hit by Michael Jackson from the back. You saw the hand go through the net.
Montcrief puts that 3rd one in. And Montcrief now has 13 points for the game. Matthews brings it crossed at the 9:20 mark in the third. And the Bulls now trail by a pair. Now we have a whistle, illegal defensive warning. This time called against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Look at the coaches. I love it. Don Nelson's got his hand. Who? What? Us? What? We don't do that. No, look at him. Not me. You'll never catch me doing something like
I don't
that.
zone.
I tell my players, look at, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Jordan's got to leave.
Jordan comes out and Higgins comes on now for the Bulls. So you have Matthews and Higgins. Higgins will operate as a big guard, and this is an untested backcourt arrangement to say the least. Here's Higgins. Low feed to Steve Johnson. Look for Higgins as the cutter. Now he'll put it on the floor to Matthews. Lets it go and hits.
Well, they double-teamed him. You saw Montcrief come over and double-team him, but Matthews knocks it in. He's got 7.
So Matthews ties the score once again in this Bulls-Bucks rematch. That game in Milwaukee was tight 2 nights ago. And we've had the same situation here. Lister with a swinging hook and managed to put it up and in over Jawan Oldham, who was challenging him. Lister was 7. And it's the Bucks by a pair. Matthews in the forecourt. Lister is coming, Jawan Oldham at the high post. Here's Higgins going out, and an offensive foul called on Jawan Oldham. Setting an illegal screen.
Well, his job is to stand still and let Higgins go off of him. His job is not to move and hook the guy. But he comes up with the foul.
So the Bulls give the ball up, and Dunleavy with Matthews on him. They've done a good job of keeping pressure on Dunleavy, but he hasn't turned the ball over much. And a 3-second violation called on Lister, who got caught in the lane and he couldn't get out.
Well, the Bulls have stagnated here now.
This has become a very ragged quarter through the first 4 minutes. Haven't been many points scored this quarter. It was 54-53 Bucks at the half. Here's Steve Johnson low. He went up, traveling call. And the Bulls turn it over again. And Randy Brewer, the 7'3" Minnesota standout, comes on as you see Steve Johnson, who was called for that traveling violation. That's Brewer who's coming in. To the bench goes Alden Lister. So now you have 7'3", 7'1", and 6'9" across the Bucks front line.
Bulls have scored 6 points in about 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a long time. A long drought for both of these teams. Montcrief kicks it out. McKey out of his range. Dunleavy, that's in his range. Mike Dunleavy, that's his first 2 points of the game. And now the Bucks by 4. This ties their largest lead. 4.5 minutes old here in the third quarter. Matthews on a nice backdoor cut to the hoop, and did Steve Johnson hit him with a great pass. That's the second nice pass by Steve Johnson.
Then he turned his head again, and he got caught underneath. He paid the penalty.
Even Steven on the turnovers are pretty close. Nice move by Woolridge. He tipped the ball away out of bounds. And Milwaukee has it with 13 to shoot. Cummings will toss it in underneath the Bulls basket. Montcrief spinning. Oh, he can swirl like a top, can he? Brewer under heavy pressure. McKey. Oh, man, he almost brought the rim down. He has 8. Got a nice feed in there from Dunleavy. And McKey, with 264 pounds of beef, really jammed that one down. Woolridge trying to back Cummings down. He'll take the shot. Tipped in by Steve Johnson.
Well, they're going to give you that shot. Oh, you got to learn why they're giving it to you, because you don't hit that with regularity in a tough situation down by 4.
It's a 2-point Bucks lead. Montcrief in the forecourt. Dunleavy. McKey looking inside. Kicked across to Montcrief. Higgins is guarding him. That's the shot, and McKey muscles in there. Tipped in by Brewer.
Oh, beating on the board.
That's where that size advantage has really showed itself right here. Jawan Oldham, a 7-footer, could not screen Brewer away. Matthews. Woolridge flashes high. Cummings tried for the steal. Woolridge drives. It went in.
KO.
Woolridge with 19 points for the night. And the Bulls pull back within 2 as we're at the halfway mark of the third quarter. Cummings being covered by Woolridge. Brewer kicks it. 3-pointer, and it's there. Dunleavy drops it in, and he has 5.
Good coaching, good ball movement now by the Bucks. They're just hitting the open man. They're not pounding the ball. They're just banging it around where they want to hit the open man. Let him fire it.
And the Bucks lead it by 5. Here's Matthews, top of the key. Driving in traffic. Sashays it up there. Fighting for the rebound. Matthews went down hard. Foul. McKey got it. The big bruiser for the Bucks. One of many muscle men that the Bucks have had on the floor here tonight. Timeout on the floor. 5:27 left in the third, and it's the Bucks by 5. Well, the Bucks have taken a lead here and have stretched it out to 5 points. This is their largest lead of the game to the moment. And I guess it's been in part due to the performance of guys like Paul McKey right there who've been banging the boards, keeping it alive, and field goal shooting. Yeah, the Bucks...
3 more points from the line,
yeah.
Bulls got in trouble really quickly. It's 5-2 in fouls. It's 5:25 to play here.
Common foul out of bounds. Woolridge driving all the way in. Oh, and he got hammered hard by McKey as he took it to the hole. Brewer rejected the shot out of there.
That's his 5th on McKey. Now, I know that's tough duty, okay, to do, but that's what you've got to do when you get these big guys. Go up and Oak can hang. He does it, comes down. Brewer makes the block. McKey gets his 5th foul, and Lister's going to come back in the game. But Orlando's going to be rewarded by a couple of free throws.
So Woolridge, who will hit 20 if he gets one of these two. He is at 20 points for the night. And Lister comes in, McKey to the bench. As Orlando up over his scoring average from a year ago, but tonight he came in through 2 games, averaging 28.5 a game. He has been exceptional. He looks like he's headed for another game just like that. He has 21. The Bulls pull within 3. Brewer trapping pressure underneath. Let's see whose hand it hit. Bulls get it back. I think it hit Lister's hand in there and bounced away. Bulls put on some pressure that time, Red.
Well, the Bulls, you can see, are disappointed with their 2 key centers. They're down to Juwan Oldham, going with him and using a pressure defense. They trail by 3 points there.
Woolridge to Matthews. Gets it over. Woolridge driving on Cummings, goes up over him. Nope. Juwan Oldham tried for the chip. Montcrief ahead to Dunleavy, driving behind the back to Cummings. What a nice feed. Cummings with 15, and boy, did Dunleavy put that right on the money.
You know, transition just wasn't there. To miss shot and the way they went.
5 points, Bucks lead. Higgins, nice low feed. Steve Johnson jams it through, and he has a dozen.
He's a forgotten member of this club. He's got 12 points, and he's got them in a hard-working fashion. He's got a couple nice assists.
Right now, he's covering Brewer. He's given up 5.5 inches to Brewer. Dunleavy with Wes Matthews on him. Brewer sets a screen, then rolls to the hoop, goes to Montcrief. Nope. Cummings with a rebound under there, and he's hacked.
Inside, he's just...
Woolridge lost Cummings somewhere in there, and Steve Johnson had to take the foul.
All right, here's the shot. They go up now. All right, Johnson's got his man blocked out. Terry Cummings comes right under the inside.
And the bonus is in effect. So Cummings now gets to the line. First one's in. Cummings has had a relatively silent quarter here, Red. He's only scored 4 now. At 12 at the half. And there's the story on his free throw performance. Nope. 6 for 10 now with that miss. And the Bulls are looking at a 4-point deficit as they come into the forecourt. Wes Matthews. Dunleavy picks him up. And we had a whistle away from the ball.
That's Brewer.
He was trying to hold away from the ball. Brewer has his 3rd.
You know, you don't call those fouls. You got to believe that they want to get the Bulls in a hurry-up situation to get the Bucks in a foul situation so they don't have to make a call in the last 2 minutes.
Reset the shot clock.
The ball was out of half court when he called it.
Yeah, that's right. And it was away from the ball. It was under the hoop. Juwan Oldham out on the way. Woolridge up top. 14 seconds to shoot. Woolridge driving through. He's called for traveling in heavy traffic. And the ball goes over. Bucks have it back with a 4-point lead. They can expand it if they should score here. Dunleavy. They would have their largest lead of the game. Dunleavy threw it away. Cummings was trying to lean into his man. The pass was thrown the other way.
Well, they cleared the side. Cummings posted up, but you're right. Dunleavy just let him too much and put it out of bounds.
In the forecourt is Matthews. Dunleavy gives him some room. Higgins will shoot it and hits it. Rod Higgins. He's not a great shooter, but he knocked that one in. He has about, I would imagine, about average shooting skills for the NBA, which is a darn good shooter anywhere else. But he turned right around and hit that one, and it's a 2-point Bucks lead. Cummings. Dunleavy. Is that a 3? Nope, but Brewer was there.
Brewer with a left-handed tap off the board.
Oh, he's just a tall kind of a guy. Tough to move him around under there. He just, even if he gets close, he can cause problems. Offensive foul. What was this? Jawan Oldham, I think.
No, down low. Rod Higgins down low, trying to set a screen and run away from his man, Montcrief, and he ends up with the foul.
And so it's the Bucks by 4 as we pause. 2:51 left in the third. As we did last year, we followed the Bulls a lot during last year's kind of a tough year for the Bulls, but this year it could be a lot different, and we'll be following them. Our next telecast coming up, the Bulls and the Pistons, Wednesday, November the 7th, 6:30 Central Time. So we hope you will be with us for that. Bucks with the inbounds pass. It is Milwaukee by 4 right now. Oh, you see all those great players coming up on Sports Vision. Isaiah Thomas, Dan Roundfield. They've added to that cast of outstanding players. Bill Lane-Beer, Trapuka, all the other great players that they have. And we have an offensive foul called. Push-off. It's called on Lister.
Boy, the centers, the big guys getting those fouls. They're down there beating on people.
They're really piling them up. It's an offensive foul. Does not count as a team foul, so it's still, the Bulls are not in the bonus at 2:29. Matthews on the attack. He'll look, he's waiting for Woolridge to pop out. Now Higgins comes out, goes up over his man, front rims it, tipped around, and the Bucks come out with it. Ahead to Montcrief, driving on Matthews, and gets the hoop. 6 points, the lead for the Milwaukee Bucks. And now that is their largest lead of the night. And the Bulls have to be careful here. They don't want this thing to get away from them. Have everybody high. A lot of room on the baseline for somebody to operate. Woolridge. And a blocking foul. This away from the ball also, it appeared. And this on Brewer. And Brewer is piling them up. He has 4.
Brewer is playing Dave Corzine very, very tight. He knows Corzine can shoot from the outside, and Corzine set a screen at the top of the key, and as Higgins tried to come through, Brewer just gave him a little shot.
Sidney Green returns to the Bulls lineup. You take a look at him as Steve Johnson will go to the bench.
This is the best offense the Bulls have had right now, getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, indeed. That's what's held them in this game. Rod Higgins steps to the line. You saw Paul Pressy go right in front of him. He just came into the Bucks lineup. Hodges also just came in. Here is Higgins. Nope, not that time. Rod Higgins going after his 3rd point, did not get it. He'll try again. And this time it's there. 3 points for Rod, and it is a 77-72 Bucks lead. Milwaukee in the forecourt. Pressy, Woolridge is covering him. Now Woolridge, well out on the open floor. Montcrief driving, puts it way up in the air, tried to lob it, now in heavy traffic. A tie ball, Brewer. And as Coach Don Nelson looks on, Brewer and Sidney Green will be stepping in. There's Michael Jordan coming back on the floor now for the Bulls.
Right, Montcrief drives to the hoop. The ball goes off the board, and Brewer just comes in and gets tied up here now.
And Brewer wins the tap. Lane violation in there. Who gets it? Corzine was in the lane. They roll in the Bluebirds.
You know that Tommy Edwards would have to mention his name. If they didn't know who it was, they wouldn't have said nothing. But
all right, the official puts it down and says somebody throw it in, and the Bucks finally do so. Nobody wanted to grab the ball, and the official, Bill Oakes, just put it down on the floor and said, all right, I'll just count to 5. Montcrief tossed it in. Here's Brewer, the turnaround. Nope. And the rebound came down to Lister. Jordan couldn't control it. Montcrief. Oh, and he put it in over the top of Matthews. Sidney Moncrief, who has 17, and he's played a good team
this
game.
club has got some horses to get the ball back off the board. They're not going to set any fast break records, but
they're beefy, aren't they? Here's Montcrief stealing it from Jordan. Look out. Nice move.
Well, I don't know. Just went in. Matthews didn't do anything to stop him.
Yeah, but he did fake. He did fake the slam, and Matthews wanted no part of that. Bucks by 9. And the Bulls find themselves on the ropes here a little bit. Almost stolen. The Bulls have to go back and reload now.
9 seconds.
Jordan need a basket quickly. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Jordan misses. Oh! Oldham tipped it in. Or Woolridge, rather, on the tip. Boy, did he get up there on that. Orlando way over the rim. He has 23, and the Bulls very much needed that basket. Pressy driving in and gets the hoop as he came down on Corzine.
Pressy just stayed Orlando alive that time. Again, he makes that move from the guard position.
And Matthews trying to drive toward the hoop. Got the ball stripped, foul called, and it was on Hodges. Craig Hodges will draw the foul as Kevin Loughery probably a little bit concerned about the developments here in these last
Look at this.
moments.
Hodges has 1 foul. Dunleavy has 1 foul. Moncrief 1 foul. But then you look at their big people. They've got them all.
Yeah.
Their guards have stayed out of trouble.
The Bulls have not had an exceptional quarter of basketball this third quarter, I'll tell you that. 10 points for Wes Matthews. Did not play Saturday after being added to the roster with the injury to Ronnie Lester. But Matthews is very quick, and he really has looked it. If he hits this free throw, and he does, that cuts the lead to 7 for Milwaukee. And Matthews with 11. That's the story now. You see the game clock inserted in the corner of the screen, so you can see time remaining. Bulls should have the last possession here. Fields wide open, lays it up and in. Fields, who just came on, and the Bulls now will try to hold for his shot. The shot clock has been turned off. Fields has 7 points.
Watch him double. They're going to come and double him right away.
Matthews with 10.
Here they come.
Yep. Now they kick it across. Corzine to Matthews, 4 seconds. Matthews at 3 seconds. Fields with a rebound, 1 second. And the horn sounds before a long three-quarter court throw by Hodges. And so the Milwaukee Bucks have taken control here, and they have a 9-point lead at the end of 3. It's a 9-point Milwaukee lead here going into the third quarter, and here's part of the reason why. Look at this basket by Cummings.
He's going to get an easy drop pass from Mike Dunleavy as he follows it up. He comes in, rolls it off the glass with the left, or off the rim with the left hand. And now we'll take a look at Orlando Woolridge. There's a shot by Michael Jordan trying to beat the 24-second clock, and a high left-handed tip stuff by O. That was a highlight of that quarter.
Bulls were outscored by the Bucks 31-23. The Bulls in their pivot have a grand total of 2 points between Dave Corzine and Caldwell Jones tonight. That has not helped the cause. Pressy kicks it. Hodges, a head fake. Nope. Woolridge up there for the rebound. Seals it off. And the Bulls will try to cut into a 9-point deficit. They have work to do. First minute of the fourth quarter. And the Bucks have taken control here in the third. Low feed to Woolridge. Double teamed. Here's Jordan coming around. He's open. Nope. Corzine with a rebound. Kicks it out. Jordan inside, cross-court pass, and Jordan puts it up and in. Jordan now has 17 points. He went scoreless in the third quarter, much of which he sat on the bench, and that's what happens when Jordan isn't able to get in there. See how the Bucks took control of things in that third quarter, and that's the situation comparing the halves. Very even first half, and the Bucks have taken control to the moment.
Boy, the Bulls really missing Quintin Dailey.
They are indeed. They missed his firepower. Montcrief with a miss. And the Bulls fighting for the rebound, and Sidney Green and Woolridge combine to get it. Bulls can cut it down to 5 if they score here. Here's Corzine. Brewer on him. Bulls have to work hard tonight. Quintin Dailey has really missed. Jordan, no! And they fight for the rebound, and Brewer is able to pull it down. Sidney Green tried for the steal and couldn't get it. This Milwaukee
had a nice little pump shot in there. A little hard off the glass.
Just a little hard off of the glass. Well, you know that Quintin Dailey would be hitting a lot of big shots here. The 22nd timeout is going to be taken. Don Nelson saw something he didn't like and decided that he would take 20 here to check with his team about it.
It's 8 seconds on that clock.
I'll have to generate a quick shot. So, we're in the second minute of play, 10:15 remaining in regulation here in the fourth quarter.
You know, the Bulls make that one basket. Now they come back. If they can make the other one, the crowd started to pick it up. You know, you could feel them getting ready. If the Bulls make a little charge here, the sixth man could come very importantly and be a factor here.
I thought the Bulls in this third quarter of this game were as silent as I've seen them this year. The young Bulls, I've seen all 3 of the regular season games to the moment.
Tough team to work against. And again, your one guy that you expect to give you a lot of scoring off the bench is not here, Quintin Dailey.
Brewer lost the ball. The Bulls get it back. Now they can cut it to 5, and those fans did appear to be coming to life. Woolridge driving, covered by Fields. Stripped away, out of bounds. Bulls with 16 seconds to shoot. Here's the story on the third quarter, and look at the shooting by Milwaukee. And the rebounding. Turnovers. Bulls 6-4. Sidney Green knocks one in. As the Bulls score, and Sidney has 4, and they've cut it to a 5-point Bucks lead. And these fans are starting to really come to life.
Yeah, they want to get in the game.
We heard this in the season opener against the Washington Bullets. The fans, nearly 14,000 of them here at the stadium, really came alive. Pass inside, Green knocked it out of bounds. With 7 seconds to shoot, the Bucks have it back. Sidney Green playing in the passing lane. There's some of the fans, probably in the neighborhood of 10 or 11,000 here tonight. Fields with the inbounds pass. Terry Cummings gets a screen from Brewer. Here's Hodges. Lets it go just as the clock expired. The rebound, Pressy. And the Bulls have to play defense for 24 more seconds as the Bucks reload it. Oh, you have to get that rebound. Cummings. Nice move.
Can't give him too many shots at the hoop, can you?
No, you sure can't. Not a team like that has the type of firepower that Cummings provides. Corzine high. Now Jordan. Jordan covered by Fields. And Woolridge goes in there. Basket, it counts. He has 25, and he can cut the deficit down another point.
All right, here he comes. He gets it from Michael Jordan. He floats through. One man goes up after he gets the bump. I think Fields was the guy with the foul. Off the glass and in, and Woolridge lighting up the fans and the scoreboard.
Missed it. Corzine nearly kept it alive. But Milwaukee comes out with it. Nice feed by Hodges, and Cummings with an easy one. He has 20. Terry Cummings returning home to the stadium to haunt his local team. Born and raised in this area. Here's Woolridge driving on Brewer. Takes it up. Drew the foul from Brewer, trying to stop him, and Brewer now has 5. He's on the ropes. 8:41 left.
Orlando just driving to his left, trying to get in close to the hoop, hanging in the air.
Boy, Woolridge, he must have heard what you said, Red, because he's going to the hoop about as strongly as he can. Woolridge now is 26. From the foul line, he has not had one of his best nights. But he has 26, knocks that second one down, now has 27 points on the night. And the Bulls have cut it to a 5-point game. Pressy kicked inside for Cummings, lost it. Corzine tipped the ball away, and the Bulls can cut it to 3 if they score here. Whatley, Sidney Green driving underneath. Corzine goes up for it. Foul.
Hey, look at what goaltending here was pinned on the glass.
I think it was Hodges who got it.
Good pass by Sidney Green. Corzine goes up in the air, gets whacked. The ball is pinned up on the glass.
I think it was Hodges who got the foul. That would be his third. So, that puts Corzine on the line. With a chance to help his cause. He, to this moment, has not scored in this game. He's right there with it. We have Alton Lister back into the lineup now for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bulls have sent in Steve Johnson. And that has put, well, let's see, Sidney Green on the bench. So it's now Johnson and Woolridge up front, Corzine in the middle. And Enos Whatley. Corzine hits them both. And it cuts it to a 3-point game now. Cummings in the forecourt. Cummings driving. Pressy. Lister. Montcrief with a head fake. Tries to get around Jordan in heavy traffic. And we had a foul, loose ball foul. Who's it on?
33, Steve Johnson. Boy, did it take Oaks a long time.
It sure did.
I'll tell you, take a look at it. Shot goes up by Montcrief. He misses it underneath his. All right, he pushed Cummings off, but take a look at Enos Whatley underneath. Looked like Whatley had the ball free. Steal
Oh,
Michael Jordan.
away. Jordan coming up the court, driving all the way. Stolen out of his hands. A clean steal, says Mike Mathis. 2-on-1, 3-on-1, and hammered as he was driving was Montcrief. Steve Johnson took him out with a hammer blow.
All right, and that's what you have to do, be able to take a guy so he doesn't get the layup. Now, not hurt him, but don't give him that little duck shot. Johnson goes up and makes sure that that ball comes down, and walking to the line is Montcrief. Foul on Johnson.
I have that as his, you have it as number 4, Red? Here is Montcrief. Missed it. Could have helped his cause right there. Montcrief, to the moment, has not scored in the quarter. Sidney Green comes in.
He's limping on that ankle, too, and that's the one that he had hurt at that big men's camp in the summer.
Yep. So really short-handed here, Red. They're down a couple of players. Montcrief got that second one to go in. Rarely does he miss 2 in a row. He has 20 points now for the night. And now it is a 90-86 game. The Bulls hanging in there tough, but they're playing without Quintin Dailey tonight. Woolridge. Here's to Jordan. The ball taken away from him. Montcrief driving, going in, and a nice move. He has 22.
You know, Montcrief is guarding Michael Jordan, and he's just anticipating the pass that's going to come to him, and the Bulls are just laying the ball right out there for the steal.
Indeed, he's stepping up in the passing lane, and he's picking those slow passes off.
That's what makes him the All-Defensive Player of the Year.
Indeed. 6 points, the Bucks lead. Jordan. Oh, and Pressy ran into him. Here's Woolridge driving, lays it up and in. Woolridge now has 29 points, and the Bulls claw back within 4. Well, you get the feeling if the Bulls could get a run going, this stadium would really fully erupt. They're just ready to come to their feet. Cummings, a fake, driving, misses the shot. Cummings got his own board. Goes again. You can't give him 2 shots. 22 points for Cummings, and again the lead 6 points for Milwaukee. We're down under 7 minutes remaining in the Bulls. We'll take a timeout. They're first here in the 4th quarter as we have a 94-88 game with the Bucks on top.
I'll tell you, take a look at it. Gun goes up by Montcrief. He misses it underneath it. All right, he pushed something off, but take a look at that. It is Whatley underneath. Look, Whatley has the only goal away. Jordan coming up the court, driving all the way. Going out of his hands. A clean steal, says Mike Mathis. 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Hammered as he was driving with Montcrief. Steve Johnson took him out with a hammer blow. All right, and that's what you have to do, be able to take a guy so that he gets a layup and not hurt him. Don't give that little duck shot. Johnson goes up and makes sure that that ball comes down and walking to the line to Montcrief. Foul on Johnson. I have that as you have it as number 4, Red. There is Montcrief. That helped his cause right there. Montcrief to the moment is not scored. The border Sidney Green comes in, flipping on that ankle too, and that's the one that he had hurt at that big man's camp in the summer. Yeah. So the Bulls are really short-handed here, Red. They're down a couple of players. Montcrief got that second one to go in. Rarely does he miss 2 in a row. He has 20 points now for the night. And now it is a 90-86 game. The Bulls hang their tough, but they're playing without Quintin Dailey tonight. Woolridge. There's Jordan. The ball taken away from him. Montcrief driving, going in. And a nice move. He has 22. You know, Montcrief is guarding Michael Jordan. He just didn't anticipate the pass is going to come to him. The Bulls are just laying the ball right out there for the steal. Indeed, he's stepping up with the passing lane, and he's picking those slow passes off. What makes him the All-Defensive Player of the Year. 6 points for Bucks lead. Jordan. Oh, and Pressy. Ran into him. Here's Woolridge driving. Woolridge now has 29 points, and the Bulls fall back within 4. Well, you get the feeling if the Bulls could get a run going, this stadium would really fully erupt. They're just ready to come to their feet. Cummings, a fake, driving, misses the shot. Cummings got his own board. Goes again. You can't give him 2 shots. 22 points for Cummings, but again, the lead 6 points for Milwaukee. We're down under 7 minutes remaining in the Bulls. We'll take a timeout.
their first here in the fourth quarter. And we have a 94-88 game for the Bucks on the Bucks. Milwaukee leads at by 6 here. That's the time remaining. And a lot of work for the Bulls to do here. There's White Sox owner Eddie Einhorn himself is probably rather busy. Milwaukee trying to approach a speed taken third on his right. That's right. Caldwell Jones and Jeff check back into the lineup for the Bulls. Whatley holds everything. He cut it to 4. Field goal shooting. 4 of 6 for the Bulls, 4 of 9 for the Bucks. On the board is 4-3 Milwaukee. That's done by Higgins. But there, the rebound off to Craig Hodges. Bulls at the end of these things. See this thing get away off of the board. A lob shot. Whatley lays it out here. Short or anything, and Montcrief just grabs him, and that was the smart thing to do right there. Because there was no way Jordan was going to be denied on the plate. That's right. That's exactly. Now look at. They're looking for 2-shot foul going to the hoop. This is what they say on a breakaway to grab a guy. However, just as he got Montcrief go to the line and make him 2 free throws. Montcrief now returns his favor. Good point. I want to wipe off the floor a little bit right where that where Montcrief grabbed him. The rule change, if it's a real breakaway and they grab a guy, he gets a 2 free throws plus the ball back. And that's what Kevin is saying. He wants the ball back. He's arguing a new rule. He's got all his team on the floor. Yeah, he indeed does want that rule instituted. I don't know how much of a breakaway you have to get before the officials rule on it. Or timeout on the floor, it is the Bucks. A red-hot Kevin Loughery has been called for a technical foul, and Montcrief will go to the foul line. What he had challenged Mike Mathis on that play is there's another technical on now Wes Matthews. Billy Oaks called it, and boy, have they got the ears today. Yes, sir. They're rolling them on word. Little bench jockey there. Now, Kevin had said that the new rule is if you're going to get a breakaway, if he's in the painted area, it's not that kind of a foul. And that's what Mike Mathis said. There they missed the ball. Montcrief missed the ball. How about that? Mike Mathis said it was not in the painted area, and Kevin said bull dropping and bang. That was the first tee. And it was at the free throw line. Wes Matthews got hit with the second one.
Yeah. Take that. Take that right there.
There's some unhappy fans.
Yes, indeed. Who is that fan? Who is that contemplating lady right there in the middle of the screen?
Very interesting fan, huh?
Somebody we know.
Michael knocked it in.
Jordan at the line. Now has 18. That's another one. 19 points for the night for Michael Jordan. And now it is cut down to a 4-point game. The Bulls dodged a real bullet on those 2 technical fouls. Pressy, they're double teaming now. The Bulls trying to put pressure on the ball at half court. Pressy trying to get the ball away. Montcrief. Pressy works it around to Hodges, who's a good shooter. Jordan's covering him. Pressy lets it go and knocks it in. Pressy with a long jumper. He put it in, and he now has a total of 8 points. And that lead is back up to 6. Under 6 minutes left in the game. Bulls have been in 3 tight ball games this year. Here's Higgins now. A foul away from the ball.
It's Pressy. That's Pressy.
Yeah, indeed. And Pressy is in big trouble. He has his 5th personal foul. That also puts the bonus light on. And that could be very helpful to the Bulls at 5:48 remaining.
Orlando Woolridge now in for Rod Higgins, and Caldwell Jones, very quiet since he got that basket in the first quarter.
Bulls centers in general have been extremely quiet in this game. Jones is there. He has 3 now. Jones and Corzine have combined for a total of 5 points. Alden Lister, the starting puck center, has 7 by himself. Montesky has added 8 to that. 4 points for Jones. He hits both of his free throws. The Bulls centers have been perfect from the foul line. I'll say that, by golly. They have 4 straight between them. And the Bulls have it back to 4 again. Pressy. Terry Cummings, covered by Sidney Green. Under heavy pressure. Here's Hodges. Good fake. Gets around Whatley. Montcrief driving on Jordan. Got it up and in. And Montcrief now has 24 points. Boy, he put on a real good NBA move right there. 6 points, the Milwaukee lead. Approaching 5 minutes left in the game, and boy, this game has really picked up in intensity, I'll tell you. Whatley to Woolridge, covered by Pressy. Here's Whatley, head fake. George driving in traffic. Nope. Foot four up there. Woolridge got the rebound. Puts it up and he fouls Lister. And that's 4 on him. We'll put Woolridge on the line.
Hanging by Michael Jordan, tipped up by Sidney Green, controlled now by Orlando Woolridge. He goes up strong, and you see Lister get him across the arm.
And for Lister, that's, let me add one to my total. That's 5 personal foul. No, 4. It is 4, excuse me, on Lister. Had it right the first time. And Woolridge gets it right the first time. He puts it right in. Woolridge has hit the 30-point mark. This is his season high.
Short.
Missed that second one. And the rebound comes off the Milwaukee. It's a 5-point game now. Time left, 4 minutes, 50 seconds, and counting. Pressy, Woolridge guarding him. Baskets are going to come very, very tough here before too long. Cummings. It hit traffic. Jordan got the ball away. Gets a feed from Whatley. Driving. Basket. He puts it in. Michael Jordan with 21. And he drew the foul. A chance for a 3-point play.
All right, this is what I thought they should have done the other night in Milwaukee. On Terry Cummings double team him. Whatley gets the steal, gives it to Jordan. Jordan up over Montcrief off the glass. A chance to make this a 2-point game. Here he comes in strong. There it is.
And Jordan has hit the free throw. 22 points total now. He converts the 3-point play, and the Bulls have it back to 2. And the fans are really starting to whoop it up. Whoops. Whistle away from the ball. What's
Sidney Green.
A hole.
All right, watch him play now on the right side of the court. What they'll try to do is to give Montcrief the ball and post up Terry Cummings, play a little 2-on-2, and back in the line up now because Mike Dunleavy, he'll be open for that 3-point shot, so keep an eye on him going 2-on-2.
Here is Dunleavy outside of 3-point range. It's deep for Montcrief on a nice move. Pressy hit him with a nice pass. Montcrief with 26. And now it is the Bucks on top by 4. The Bulls can cut it to a pair with a hook. Here's Jordan, covered by Montcrief, 2 of the really explosive players in this league. Feed to Jones. He'll take the shot. Rolls it up. No, Whatley tried for the tip. Uh-oh. Lister, look out. Pressy ahead of the field. And they count. Goaltending. Basket counts. They'll give it to Pressy, and a foul, too.
Here's the pass down the court. Pressy's going to go up with it. Sidney Green comes, takes the foul, pins it up on the board. Basket is good. 4 minutes to go. The Bucks now with a 6-point lead.
Boy, and that could not have come with it at a more opportune time as far as Milwaukee's fortunes are concerned. Pressy missed on the 3-point attempt. Green with 3 personal fouls, as you saw, worth keeping in mind. We're down under 4 minutes left to play. Milwaukee with a 5-6. Jordan pass.
Well, that's a pass off, but he's fouled by Montcrief, I believe.
Dunleavy, I think, got it, Red.
Did he give it to him?
Yeah, sure enough, and that's
All
his
right.
first of the game, and Jordan goes to the line after the pass-off. The bonus already well in effect now for both teams. That's a look at Mike Dunleavy, who picked up that foul. And Jordan now at the line. Boy, what a free throw shooter this guy is. He has missed 1 out of 7, out of 8. He's only missed 1 out of 9 attempts tonight. And he came in with a string of 11 of 12. Jordan now is 24, and he keeps the Bulls in it by hitting his free throws. Pressure from the Bulls. Pressy. Bounce pass to Montcrief. Pressy out front. Dunleavy. Down low to Lister. Look out. He blew the slam. It was blocked. He blew the slam. It was blocked. I think Woolridge blocked it. Woolridge jammed that one up at rim level, and the fans showing signs of really whooping it up. Jordan in the paint. Goes for it. Gets it. Jordan with 26. And both teams training baskets here. The Bucks with a 2-point lead, 102 to 100. 3 minutes left. Look at Montcrief get loose under there. The ball is stripped away. Out of bounds. The Bulls get it.
He took Michael Jordan underneath. You see the excitement here. As a kid coming off a winning Olympic team, he brought some spirit to this club. Listen to the fans. Egg him on here.
Bulls can tie it with a basket. Jordan's going to try to get it for him. Kicks it across to Whatley. To Jones. Foul. Lister.
All right, Jordan created that. He went up in the air. He gave the ball to little Mo Whatley. Whatley took one step in. Watch him draw some people here. Whatley draws the big man, listens to him. It goes to Caldwell Jones off the glass. Caldwell with a chance to tie.
And a timeout will be taken by the Milwaukee Bucks. We are down to 2:46 left in regulation. And man, have we had a game tonight here. The Bucks lead it by a pair. We'll take a moment to remind you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Anheuser-Busch St. Louis, the brewers of Michelob. Some things speak for themselves. By your local Chicagoland Toyota dealers. They've got it right. By the Illinois State Lottery. You could win $1 million all at once. Play $1 million cash instant lottery. And by Chevrolet, who invites you to see today's Chevy, drive today's Chevy, and live today's Chevy. How about it, Red? 2:46 left, and boy, the Bulls have really roared back here, courtesy of who else but Michael Jordan on the defensive end and on the offensive end.
Big play by Michael Jordan on that isolation of Sidney Moncrief. Moncrief's getting all kinds of screens and all kinds of help down there. Boy, you needed to talk. You need some team defense. But again, what he does, he drove to the basket. He drew a crowd around him, and everybody's going to go to him, trying to block the shot. He hit little Mo Whatley. Whatley was able to feed the ball off to the side, and with the layup was Caldwell Jones. Jones will be in the line to try to tie this game with 2:46. This crowd got into it, but Michael Jordan has really done a job. And again, Sidney Moncrief on the all-league team, he is not drawing an easy assignment. Michael Jordan, the rookie, has to take a look at this guy, and Montcrief's got 11, he's got 26 points. What a battle. Michael Jordan, the rookie, is going to end up playing the tough player on the other team, it seems like, all year long.
Yeah, it sure seems that way, especially a player like Montcrief. That's the scoreboard, and there's the situation for you.
You learn the league, you're learning the league, learning your teammates, and you got to play the tough guy on the other team.
Well, Jordan will carry a heavy load for this team, but I'll tell you, he's carried it well, and he's relieved so much for Orlando Woolridge. Look at how much he is blossomed. Now here's Caldwell Jones. He is the man of the moment. Story, the free throw line, the Bulls have gotten back into it.
In this quarter.
That 1 for 5 Milwaukee shooting includes 2 missed technicals. Jones now with 5 points. One more and he ties it. The Bulls will roar back from a 9-point deficit to tie this game in the fourth quarter with 2:46 left. He does it. Caldwell Jones with 6. He's come alive with 4 free throws in the fourth quarter to help the Bulls' cause.
Well, we got a 2-minute and 40-second game.
Indeed we do, with a tie score. Dunleavy looking for Cummings. This is one of the big shooters right here. He's the guy who got the basket when they needed it. Dunleavy underneath, but he and Woolridge got tied up, and the foul will go against Orlando.
All right, now they're doing this. They're double-teaming Terry Cummings when he gets the ball. This is what you want to do. Take it out of Cummings' hand. Don't let him a chance to beat you. Now here's Whatley shutting him off on one side, Sid Green on the other side. Little man is open, but a little slow in getting there was Orlando Woolridge. And Mike Dunleavy, one of the great free throw shooters in the league.
He has not missed a free throw this year in 2 attempts. And he's there again. First charity toss tonight. That breaks the tie, and with 2.5 minutes left. Amazing story about Mike right there being a 6th-round draft choice. Played in the CBA for a while, coached in the CBA while he was playing. But hung in there tough. Here's Jordan going for the tie. And Michael Jordan with 28 points. And the Bulls have tied at 104. Will they be denied tonight like they were in Milwaukee just 2 nights ago? Here's Cummings. Dunleavy, 13 to shoot. And the fans roaring up a 3-pointer by Dunleavy. Long in the mark. Lister trying to save it. He does so. Milwaukee reloads. Dunleavy. Now Montcrief.
Big rebound.
Cummings. Big loose ball. Montcrief diving. Foul. Caldwell Jones, I think. He and Woolridge were under there, and they give it to Woolridge. That's his 2nd personal foul.
Coming from the weak side, now you see Montcrief slip across the lane. He does a good job. Michael Jordan in there trying to help out, and here he takes a look at the ball, and his man just goes back door on him. And He gets banged, and Montcrief just came off of 2 misses on technical fouls. He can break this tie up.
He sure can. He's one
There's
for...
a loose wire up there or something. I think that it was just hanging down. A very, very thin wire. See it hanging there? It's a microphone cord wire. They want to get it and tape it out. It's a crowd noise mic that so you can hear what's happening down there. But it came loose when that backboard was rattled. And boy, you want to make sure you get that out of the way. These guys, the way they get up in the air.
That could cause some problems. So we have a temporary timeout on the floor. I just want to remind everybody, Brett, that with a minute 50, we want to remind everybody we'll be catching up with the Bulls in Detroit. That'll be our next telecast, November the 7th on Wednesday night. The Bulls will be in Detroit. The Bulls return home. They visit Kansas City tomorrow night, and then their next home game is November 13th. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on the San Antonio Spurs. So we invite you to be tuned for that. Be with us tomorrow night. We have a full evening of hockey action for you, starting with Sports Probe, followed by the NHL preview, and then NHL hockey. Pat Foley and Dale Talon will have it for you. The Hawks taking on the Minnesota North Stars in what is always an outstanding division rivalry. And now they're going to go ahead and tape that.
Well, this being a very strong Union town, they had to get the ladder out, and the Union men here, I'm sure they could have asked Randy Brewer to go over there and hold it up, and McKey could have taped it back if they wanted to do that. Yeah. But they're going to get it up there. Kevin is upset because it's given him a chance to rally around their coach and call a strategy meeting, and now Kevin calls his players over.
Sure enough. So they'll rewire the backboard with a minute 50 remaining, and the Bucks and Bulls are tied. This is the crux of it, really. It's a minute 50-second game with a 104 tie, and Montcrief can break the tie.
You know, there was a big shot out of the corner by Dunleavy. He missed a three-point attempt, and the Bucks were able to come up with the rebound. Lister tipped it, just saved it from going out of bounds. It gave him another 24 seconds.
Indeed, that could be certainly a key. There are a lot of things. Those 2 missed technicals could loom very large on Milwaukee's part if they lose tonight. So, coming to the free throw line will be Montcrief right now. Don Nelson has his crew huddled around him, and there's the man of the moment, Sidney Moncrief, who will try to break the tie with a minute 50 left. Both of these teams over the century mark. And Montcrief will step to the foul line. 1 for 4 in this quarter for Sidney. You see the total point number for him tonight. He breaks it.
You know, I looked for this game only to get rougher.
Yeah.
Bodies banging a little heavier here in the last 1 minute and 50.
Well, they really have, haven't they? Montcrief gets them both. He has 28 points, and the Bucks lead by 2 in the minute 50. Mr. Dependable, Sidney Moncrief comes through in a pair. Here's Jordan now in the forecourt. They double team him. Picked across to Whatley. Driving. Didn't like anything he saw. Here's Green. 10 seconds to shoot. Woolridge to Jordan. He'll take the shot. Ties it. Michael Jordan with 30 points. This is his best output as a pro. 30 points. It beats his high of 21. We're tied again at 106. Both season highs for both Woolridge and Jordan. Terry Cummings with a tough turnaround shot. Has 24. Oh, man. He's the guy who put the nail in the coffin in Milwaukee a couple nights ago. Here's Whatley down the lane. Driving. Oh, the ball is in.
The ball was in, and Green touched it on the rim.
Sidney Green trying for the follow.
The ball was in.
Offensive goaltending.
Watch this. Mo Whatley with it up over the rim. It's going to fall in. It's going to fall back in, and it's tapped up there. What a tough break.
And now it's a 2-point Bucks lead. Here's Pressy in a drive. No! Lister missed the slam, and the Bulls have it. They can still tie it. Here's Montcrief, or Jordan driving with. Oh! Unbelievable! Unbelievable shot by Jordan. How in the world did he do that?
Holy mackerel! Can you believe it? Look at the traffic he goes through. He gets hammered, slides it up off the glass. And look at him, he wants it. Holy mackerel, what a shot. Another look at it. The rookie from North Carolina.
The rookie is playing like an all-pro. And I'll tell you, if that didn't bring everybody to their feet, Red, I know you were on your feet.
Holy.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you something. I was there when Dr. J played his first game
Yeah.
in Virginia. I've seen him quite a bit, and he was...
Will Jones out on the floor. Orlando Woolridge and Sidney Green. Jordan and Whatley. Alden Lister.
McKey comes in.
They called it last foul on Lister. I thought they had given it to Montcrief.
No, they fouled Lister out, and they were going
Yeah.
to come in with Randy Brewer, but McKey replaces him now. A little more veteran, a better touch from the outside.
Lister is fouled out with 47. What a job from the line for Jordan tonight. And one more. And the Bulls have fought back. They lead it. They have a 33-point performance from Jordan. 40 seconds left. Here's Cummings, a tough shot. He nails it. Cummings with 26 on a standing jumper under heavy pressure. 35 seconds left. This may be like the other night where the last team to have it. Jordan! And the foul call, he took it end to end. Oh.
There he takes it down the middle. They tried it 1, 2, 3 guys, 4, 5. Everybody takes a shot up off the glass and in. And there he is again. Give me the 2. Look at that.